Weather today. A large storm is coming to the United States over the next few days, and it's expected to cause more problems than anticipated. This includes significant snowfall accumulation from the Central Plains to the Midwest, an increased risk of severe weather, and a major cold blast. After this storm system, we'll have to deal with another storm later this weekend, which will bring even more problems. In today's forecast, we'll break down exactly what you need to know about the weather impacting the United States over the next 7 days. We'll start with what's happening across the country today, beginning with that big storm system currently off the east coast of the United States. This storm system is responsible for the tornado outbreak on both Friday and Saturday, and I have some updates for you. We are now up to 3 EF4 tornadoes confirmed from Friday and Saturday. Over 70 tornadoes have already been confirmed from this outbreak, and by the end of the day, we'll likely have over 100 tornadoes confirmed within that 48-hour time frame. There's also been a swath of damaging winds across both the Midwest and the Northeast, which I'll show you in just a moment. This was a substantial tornado outbreak, resulting in over 40 deaths from severe weather, in addition to the dust storms that accompanied it. This was one of the deadliest tornado outbreaks we've seen in over 5 years. Back in the Great Plains, there's not much activity right now, but a large storm is expected to form over the next 24 hours in the Central Plains. This is expected to bring a significant winter storm threat to the Midwest. Then, as we head into late Wednesday and Thursday, there will be a renewed risk for severe weather in the Ohio Valley and deep south. We may also see some snow and rain in the Northeast. Tornado outbreak recap. If we combine all 3 days of the outbreak, these are the damage and tornado reports we've received. There were 2 large swaths of damaging winds, one in the Midwest and one in the Northeast. In addition, there were numerous tornadoes, and these reports don't even account for tornadoes that may not have been reported yet. We had a lot of activity in the Midwest and Mississippi River Valley. On Saturday, there were several tornado reports across Dixie Alley. In northern Arkansas alone, there were at least 4 EF3 tornadoes, and one was nearly an EF5. Around Batesville, northern Arkansas experienced several intense tornadoes. There was also an EF4 tornado in southern Mississippi, along with an EF3 tornado near Tylertown, Mississippi, both of which were less than a mile apart. That's unbelievable, to say the least. This was definitely a significant tornado outbreak, one that will be remembered for a long time. For reference, this is some of the damage caused by the EF4 Tylertown tornado. While it was officially classified as EF4 at its peak, some of the damage resembled EF3 levels. The damage is substantial, and it's going to take a long time for these towns and cities to rebuild. Large winter storm coming now. Let's talk about the big storm that's coming to the United States tonight and into tomorrow. Here's what it looks like. Tonight we'll begin to see snow falling in Nebraska and Kansas during the overnight hours. That snow will start spreading into the Midwest. This won't be your typical light March snow. We're talking about a significant winter storm here. Blizzard conditions are possible from Kansas all the way to Iowa and Minnesota. By Wednesday around lunchtime, the snow is expected to intensify, making travel conditions extremely dangerous. We are tracking a very narrow but intense corridor of substantial snowfall expected from central Wisconsin down into Kansas City. Snowfall rates could reach 2 to 3 inches per hour, combined with strong winds that will cause low visibility and blowing snow. By Wednesday afternoon, the snow will continue across the Midwest. Damaging winds are the primary concern, but there's also a chance of an isolated tornado or two, particularly in Illinois or Indiana during the evening hours. Snow is expected to continue near Chicago and southern Wisconsin into Wednesday night. By Thursday, the storm system will become less organized but will still pose a threat, with scattered showers and thunderstorms along the East Coast. Light to moderate snowfall is also expected in the Ohio Valley on Thursday. As we head into Friday, lingering snowfall could affect the Northeast, especially in central and northern New England, where a few inches of snow are possible. Snowfall accumulation, this winter storm, is expected to produce heavy snowfall, mainly across northern Iowa, eastern Nebraska, and southern Minnesota, where 8 to 12 inches of snow are forecasted. Central Wisconsin and the upper peninsula of Michigan are also expected to receive 6 to 10 inches of snow. Northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and eastern Iowa may get a coating to a couple of inches, though this could be slightly underestimated. Kansas City is not expected to see much accumulation, but blowing snow caused by strong winds could still create hazardous travel conditions. Storm strength and limitations. This storm system will be very strong, with a low pressure of around 985 MB by late tonight, comparable to the system that caused the recent tornado outbreak. However, there are some limiting factors. Moisture levels. Dew points in the Ohio Valley and Midwest are expected to be in the low to mid-50s, barely reaching 60 near the Gulf Coast. Previous storm, much of the moisture was used up by the previous storm, making it harder to pull more moisture northward. Severe weather threat. Despite decent wind shear and instability, the lack of moisture will likely prevent another large tornado outbreak. Severe weather outlook. For tonight, severe weather is not expected to be significant, just a few storms capable of producing hail and wind in Iowa and eastern Nebraska. Interestingly, snowfall could follow closely after an isolated severe storm, some truly wild weather. By Wednesday, the risk of severe weather will shift east. The threat level has been upgraded to a slight risk for Illinois and Indiana, with damaging winds and hail being the main concerns. However, an isolated tornado or two is possible, especially in Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, and Mississippi. Although the SPC Storm Prediction Center does not currently have a tornado risk outlined, a brief spin-up tornado cannot be ruled out. If any tornadoes occur, they are likely to be short-lived and weak. If this situation becomes more concerning, there's a small chance we will go live tomorrow, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have notifications turned on. High winds and fire risk. This storm will also bring strong winds and a high fire risk tonight. Wind gusts between 50 to 65 m across the central and southern plains. Wednesday morning, strong winds across the central plains could lead to blizzard conditions. Some areas may experience wind gusts near 70 mph, which is intense. Wednesday afternoon, winds will remain high across the Midwest and Central Plains. Thursday morning, winds will begin to weaken, but gusts of 20 to 40 MP are still expected across the Midwest and Great Plains. Fire danger. Extreme fire risk is in place for West Texas and western Oklahoma, the highest level of concern for fire weather. On Wednesday, the fire risk will be slightly lower, but still present across the southern plains. Big storm this weekend. After the current storm system moves through the Great Plains, Midwest, and Northeast, things will calm down briefly on Friday. However, the break will be short-lived. Another large storm system is expected to develop by late Sunday into Monday across the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Southeast. There is growing concern that this storm could bring significant severe weather. While it's unlikely to match the intensity of the recent tornado outbreak, there is still potential for damaging winds, large hail, a few tornadoes. The main threat zone late Sunday into early Monday will stretch from East Texas into Georgia and Tennessee, close to the same region that was hit hard on Saturday. However, the environment will be different with this system, so the main focus is likely to be on wind damage rather than tornadoes. By Monday, the storm system will shift toward the northeast, bringing the possibility of late March snowfall in both the Midwest and the Northeast. Conditions will remain unsettled into Tuesday and Wednesday, but forecast confidence decreases beyond that point. As we approach April, the frequency of severe weather is expected to increase as we near the peak of severe weather season. Buckle up, there's more to come. Severe Weather Outlook, the Storm Prediction Center, SPC, has already issued a slight risk of severe weather for Sunday in the lower Mississippi River Valley. This is currently a small area, but the risk will likely expand as confidence increases. The main threats are wind and hail, but a couple of tornadoes cannot be ruled out. Make sure you stay tuned for updates. We'll keep you posted as the forecast becomes clearer.